Hello everyone, welcome back to Clover's Candle Corner, where I talk about candles for fun. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I meant to record this video before Christmas, but honestly, the holiday season is just a really busy and chaotic time for me, so I didn't get to record it until today. So, Happy New Year!
Instead of constantly inventing new excuses for being late, why don't you simply come here earlier?
Today we are talking about my first impressions on Yankee Candle's Apres Ski collection. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. I have never seen this word before in my life. So I did get my hands on the entire Apres Ski collection thanks to the Candle Day sale early in December, and I also got the Candle Day exclusive fragrance as part of this collection. So I wanted to share my thoughts on all of the scents, see if it fits the vibe they were going for, if the marketing is a win, and most importantly, if the fragrances are good. And hopefully, even though it's too late for Christmas presents, maybe this little video will help you make decisions on what to pick up in Yankee Candle's semi-annual sale. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off strong, we have Holiday Winterfest. It is this very pretty, like kind of in between evergreen and spring green kind of wax color, and the illustration used is a bunch of people in like their winter coats and their skis, and then down here we have citrus slices and what looks like rosemary sprigs, and then we have pine trees and more citrus slices and more of the people and little log cabins. And yeah, I think it's really cute. So anyway, this scent reminds me a bit of white spruce and grapefruit from Yankee Candle, which I absolutely love. It's a beautiful blend of citrus and balsam pine scents, and the scent notes are top notes of sparkling citrus, twinkling lights, and fresh herbs. Middle notes, sappy needles, pine cones, and lemon zest. And base notes of balsam needle, fresh pine, and sweet bourbon. So first off, what the heck are twinkling lights supposed to smell like?
Oh, pretty lights.
I really hate it when Yankee Candle does these fantasy notes that mean nothing to anyone. They really belong in the scent story rather than the scent notes, but that's just me. And the other thing that confuses me is the pine cones. I think they were trying to convey that it sort of has like a tree sappy kind of smell, but they already show that with the sappy needles note, so I'm not really sure what that's supposed to smell like. I do, however, notice that there is a spice note to this, which could be the bourbon, but you also do pick up on those fresh herbs that it's mentioned, which I think is what they're trying to show in the illustration down there of the rosemary sprigs. So it could be rosemary in here. I wish they were more specific with the fresh herbs, but anyway, and yeah, lots of different pine and green notes in here, as well as a sweet citrus. And honestly, I think there's a good balance of scents in here. So if you're drawn more toward the white spruce and grapefruit from Yankee, or even the winter citrus wreath from Bath & Body Works, you're probably going to enjoy this candle. Overall, it's very fresh and fruity, and I think it smells like Christmas. And I would say it's probably my favorite of the collection.
Isaac, you did something right.
No way. I wanted it to go to my head.
Next up is Fresh Powder. Pretty self-explanatory with the plain white wax. And the picture is a pair of skis and some white florals down here, which we'll discuss that more later. And the pine trees again, and more sprigs of, I guess, rosemary, but spoiler alert, there's no rosemary in here, so I guess it's supposed to be like pine needles. And more skis and more of the white florals. So yeah, this one is less cutesy, more just kind of straightforward. Now, this fragrance, this candle, is very light. It sort of has a laundry detergent vibe to it, so it will be popular among people who like the clean cotton candle from Yankee. And there's definitely some white florals in this. And what I thought was a little bit of fruit, when I first sniffed it, I was like, it kind of smells like there's a hint of lime in here. But the scent notes reveal top notes of mulberry, clementine, and blue sage. Middle notes, snowdrop, iris, and vanilla cream. And base notes, pine, sandalwood, and white musk. So no lime, but I think I must have been smelling that clementine note.
My name's Clementine, by the way.
I'm Joel.
Hi, Joel.
And with the vanilla cream note in here, subconsciously it made my brain remember the vanilla lime candle from Yankee, which I really like, and this sort of smells similar to that, but with the laundry detergent like added, if that makes sense, which I know sounds like a gross combination, but honestly, I think it smells pretty good. However, this scent isn't really something that captures my attention. It's just very light and uncomplex, which is fine. It makes it a really good candle to be like a gift for somebody because it's very inoffensive. And I think the blend of the fruit notes and the white florals and the vanilla make it a pretty alright scent. So yeah, that's my first impression of this candle. It's alright. Next up we have Summit Stargazing. It's this pretty kind of pinkish purple, and the picture has a log cabin with kind of sunset colors and a mountain in the background, and then on the bottom is some florals and fruits. And then going all around we have more log cabins, more pine trees, which I think the pine trees are the through line for all of these candles, so even if the candle doesn't have any pine in it, the packaging's still going to have pine trees on it. As well as the florals and the fruits and some bushes, it looks like. Yeah. I like this one, but I'm a little bit biased because I like purple. So, you know, I'm gonna be drawn toward this one. And what confuses me about this one is, why did we get another Stargazing candle when Yankee just came out with one for spring of last year? So This candle smells pretty similar to it as well, just a bit more fruity. I feel like the Stargazing candle that came out in the spring was a blend of florals and wood notes, and this is definitely a blend of florals and fruits. So similar, but not quite. But I just think the concept is a little bit too close, considering like there should have been a couple years in between the two.
5 years, that's all we got.
But that's just me. The scent notes: top notes, Meyer lemon, rainbow berries, and petite grain. I really hope I said that right. Middle notes, winter tuberose, wild jasmine, and iridescent opal. Base notes, iced amber, candied violet, and hinoki wood. So more fantasy notes again with that iridescent opal. Maybe rainbow berries, but that could be a thing that actually exists and I just don't know about it. Maybe I'm uneducated, who knows. So yeah, you do get a lot of sensual florals in there with the tuberose and the jasmine and the violet. So I love all of that. The wax color's pretty and it sets the tone for what you're going to get out of the scent with the really sensual floral fruit note. It definitely gives like a sunset kind of vibe, but I think it gives more of a spring feeling to it than to be a part of a piece of a winter collection. I think it would slot in better in a spring collection like that other Stargazing. In fact, I would probably swap this one and the Stargazing from spring of last year because I feel like that one is a bit more bassy and that to me reads more winter, whereas this one is more like flirty, if that makes sense, which to me is more springtime. But who knows, maybe they were like, Valentine's Day is coming up. I don't know. But yeah, if you do have the Stargazing candle from the Desert Sun collection from last spring, then you really don't need this one unless you really, really like fruity floral scents like I do. And yeah, so even though this one's giving me more spring than winter, I would probably say this is my second favorite of the collection because I'm weird, you know. Next up is Santa on Skis. So this one has a bright red wax color. The picture is pretty self-explanatory. It's Santa on skis, just like the name. Roll credits. And the picture at the bottom is a bunch of berries and I guess vanilla beans.
What is that, beans?
And star anise. Don't like star anise, you all know. You've all been here long enough. And then of course the pine trees through line and more Santa on skis, and the berries kind of look like cherries here, but I don't think they are, and more of the star anise and vanilla beans.
What is that? Is that beans?
So this candle is pretty exciting for me because you hardly see candles with like a sort of cranberry concept to them, which is crazy because I always associate cranberry with like late fall into winter. So why don't we see more cranberry candles?
Please, sir. I want some more.
I want more cranberry candles. But anyway, The only problem with it is that it does have cinnamon in it, so that means I can't burn it. So unfortunately, you won't get a full review out of this candle, but you will get my first impressions at least. And I'm gonna give this away to a family member. Nope. You do smell the star anise, and you all know how I feel about that. So maybe I'm not missing out very much on this candle. But anyway, the top notes are muddled blueberry, cardamom, and basil. Middle notes are black pepper, clove bud, and tart berry. And base notes are mulled wine accord, vanilla, and warm woods. So I guess I was wrong about the cinnamon, but it does have clove bud in it, which also doesn't agree with me. But I'm very confused because the scent notes don't list star anise, but there's star anise all over the packaging. What a mystery. Did somebody mess up either in the marketing department or when they were listing the scent notes on the website? Or maybe I messed up and somehow forgot to write star anise? But you would think, with my hatred of star anise, that I would not forget to write star anise. So, I don't know. We'll have to do some investigating into that. But there is no cranberry note listed, but I guess they must have gotten the blend right on the berries with the tart berry, the muddled blueberry, and that mulled wine accord to sort of give this candle a cranberry essence, because it does smell like cranberry. Actually, it smells like holiday punch, which I really like as a concept, and it honestly should be done more, especially for holiday releases. And I think the wax color is really great too. So this is the perfect holiday candle. If only I was able to record this before Christmas. So yeah, this one is a bit of an anomaly, a mystery. We'll have to do some digging. And next up is Slopeside Spritz. Now this candle is interesting. Whew, it smells straight up like Prosecco. Very alcohol forward and fruity. It's bright and bubbly and the perfect candle for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. The wax color is this really pretty bright yellow orange. And the picture that they use is two people on a ski lift, and then the picture at the bottom is a bunch of citrus slices and a little like champagne glass, and I think that's a flower. Yeah, that's a flower. And then around the sides are more citrus slices and flowers and people on ski lifts and champagne glasses. So yeah, I like this one. It feels very happy and fun. So cute marketing on this one. And the scent notes are top notes of apple, rhubarb, and pineapple.
Pineapple, apple pen.
Middle notes, boozy notes, not specific, rose and grapefruit, and base note, just one, sparkling wine. So I like how the color of the wax sets the tone for this very fruity, citrusy scent, much like the Summit Stargazing sets the tone for that candle. And this is definitely a standout in the collection. The others definitely felt like they were leaning more into the winter holiday, like kind of Christmassy sort of side to it, maybe winter solstice. Whereas this one definitely leans more into New Year's. So I appreciate them taking a risk and trying something different. This is definitely a lot different than any other holiday scent I've smelled from Yankee Candle. So good on them, because I think that the risk paid off. I would call this candle a very contentious one though. So even though I really love it, it's very strong, and even when it's not lit, it tingles your nose a little bit. So I love it, but my roommates don't. So I would proceed with caution on this one if you live with other people or if you're getting it as a gift. I think it's more of a only get it if you really like it kind of candle. So even though I really like it, because of the tingly effect and the fact that I can probably only light it when my roommates aren't around, I would have to rank this as my third favorite of the collection. I'm sorry, Slopeside Spritz. I like you a lot. And finally, we have Vanilla Flurries. So this one was the Candle Day exclusive fragrance, which is why it's not in a 3-wick form like the other ones. It was only available in this classic jar style or the tumbler style, so only large jars. And the wax color is a sort of off-white ivory color, so a little bit darker than the fresh powder. And the picture here has two people kind of like just holding their hands out to catch the snow, I guess, and lots of white florals and vanilla beans. So yeah, pretty straightforward packaging there. Now, I have to say, because this candle was a Candle Day exclusive, I was hyping it up in my head a little bit and thought it would be something incredible. Don't get me wrong, it is a good scent. It's just not very unique. So that was a little disappointing. However, it smells like amber and sandalwood from Yankee, but with a bit of vanilla thrown in. Yeah. And I like amber and sandalwood. I'm not really huge on vanilla scents, but I could get down with this one. And I did say that whole how it smells like amber and sandalwood but with vanilla added to it while I was in the store, and another customer overheard me and I kind of sold her on it because I said that. So definitely use that as a marketing pitch, Yankee.
Shut up and take my money!
And yeah, so if you love amber and sandalwood, you'll probably like this one. Let's get into the scent notes. Top notes are peach, coconut, and vanilla. Middle notes, sugar crystals, orris, and amber. Base notes, vetiver, oak moss, and leather. I think orris might be a type of flower, just based on the white florals in the picture here. And I totally called the amber note. Did I not? I don't really get any of the base notes from this though, on cold at least. Like no leather, no vetiver, no oak moss. at all. So hopefully they'll become more prominent when the candle is burning. But as of now, none of that. And I only vaguely get the coconut. This candle's definitely mid-note forward from what I can tell so far. Because I don't get the peach at all. I do get the vanilla, which is like the only top note that really hits me. So, yeah. I think it's okay. However, my one roommate's review of this candle is vanilla scent good. So at least we know this candle has some fans out there. My roommate and the lady in the store who I sold the candle to. Yeah, that is Vanilla Flurries. So, I think this collection is much more successful at conveying the holiday season theme than the Passport to the Holidays collection earlier on in the season that was a release from Yankee did. And that is to say that that collection didn't.
Randy? Randy, oh my God!
What happened to him, Doctor?
He got served. Worst I've ever seen.
The wax colors of this particular collection admittedly look more springtime than winter, but I think the scents themselves are fantastic and festive and seasonal. So out of the two holiday collections, I would definitely recommend the Apres Ski collection over Passport to the Holidays. Now, the only thing I can't speak to about this collection quite yet is the performance, since I obviously haven't burnt any of them yet. This is the first collection that Yankee has rolled out with only their soy paraffin wax blend, including in the classic style. So I heard a rumor that this is going to be the new norm for Yankee. So I'm crossing my fingers that the soy paraffin blend will perform well in that classic jar, because the classic jar shape is my favorite, and I want to be able to keep using my Illuma lids and the other candle accessories that are made specifically for that jar type. So I'm sure a lot of you watching feel the same way. Like, you bought the stuff to put on those jars. You want to be able to use them, and you can only use them if it performs well. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. These are just my first impressions, so stay tuned for full reviews of this collection at the end of the season when I do my wrap-up of everything that I burned in the winter. And I really hope you had a great holiday and a great new year. Whatever you celebrate, I hope it was good. And I will see you in my next video. Hopefully sooner than this one.
Don't count on it! Oh!
All I can say is thank God the holidays are over. Hopefully this new year will be less chaotic, but we'll see. Anyway, have a good one.